All right, guys, let's check out the Tissot PRX POWERMATIC 80. This is the automatic variant. I've shown the quartz one in the past, and now I finally got my hands on the automatic. Quick story on how that happened. So I was at a Random Rob meetup down in Sterling Heights, Michigan at Lucido's. They were a gracious host for that meetup, and I, along with all the other people in the meetup, were watch shopping, right? We're looking at watches. This thing wasn't even in the cabinet. My salesperson, I think David, if I'm not mistaken, oh, I know what it was. I was looking on my phone. And I'm like, wait, they make a green dial. And he goes, yeah, I got one in the back. I was holding it for somebody, but they haven't gotten back with me. And I'm like, dude, I'll take it. So he went and grabbed it. I checked it out, and I already committed to it, basically just knowing that they had a green one. I didn't realize they had a green dial. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't, and now I have it. So retail price $650. What do you get for your money? Well, you have a unique case shape here, integrated bracelet, 40 millimeter case. Now the lug to lug, I'm going to give you a couple different measurements here. So if you measure just the case, which with the integrated bracelet, we're not going to do that, but for the sake of this video, 44.5 millimeter. Now, if you count the first link that goes into the case, so the real lug to lug is closer to like 52 millimeter. Yeah, it gets a little bit long. This is a quick release bracelet, and there are going to be more strap options. I think there's even some aftermarket support, but there is like a alligator print leather. I haven't checked it out, but Tissot has a non-metal strap option for this watch already. So you'll have other options, but the bracelet honestly is like one of the highlights of the watch. So it's only 11.3 millimeter thick, and width-wise, if we're going to do like lug width, I just measured this total width here because this is only like 12 millimeter in here, but that's not as important as this width. This is like 27. Bracelet tapers down excellent to 18 millimeter. You have a butterfly clasp, and it doesn't matter which side you fold first. It is signed Tissot 1863, yeah, 1863, and double pushers. You have the half links, so you'll be able to get it dialed in. There's no micro adjust or spring load or anything like that, but I was able to get it sized up pretty good for my wrist. Typically when I'm doing butterfly clasp, I just go a little bit on the looser side of things. You don't want to, the worst thing that could happen, I think, is size it so it like fits, and then you swell up a little bit, and then that thing is like giving your wrist claustrophobia. So I just size them a little bit loose, and that way I'm covered. You have a 5 millimeter push-pull crown, and it keeps a 100 meter water depth rating. So obviously the dial is an emerald green dial. Let's zoom in a little bit on that. Hopefully my lights will, yeah, I think we're getting it. It is a beautiful dial. It has like that crosshatch pattern to it, and it is just a wonderful green. In low light, it's dark enough where it's going to look mostly black, but you get this thing in some like these studio lights or outside natural light or something like that, and the green really comes to life, and I really dig that. Has like depending on your angle, you'll see like a dark spot on it, so a little bit of shimmer, but it's, I don't know what you would classify it as. It's not really a shimmer per se. It's just the way they patterned it out that it gives you dark spots and light spots, and it rotates around as you look at it from different angles. The other thing I wanted to point out on this, and hopefully you can see that, but that date window is framed, but look at the way they did it. It is flush with the dial, so it's like an inset frame. Now, the more watches I look at and how closely I look at them, I'm starting to pick up on these things. I'm sure I've seen this done before, but for some reason, this one really stood out to me. I really love that attention to detail, because typically, this might sound weird to a lot of people, I'm not a huge fan of framed date windows. I like them when they're cut down in and chamfered or cleanly done. So it doesn't, I think it's, in my opinion anyway, I think it's less likely to upset the balance of the dial. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's just the way I feel about it. So you have a nice stick handset there, polished on the chamfered edges and then brushed in the center with an application of lume, of course, and then just a fully polished or whatever, I think it's polished, seconds hand. And then, of course, the indexes, if you can see those, are also going to have lume in the center of them. You have Swiss made at the bottom. You have that polished bezel up there, and then you have a really nice flat brushed case on there with a polished relief on the side. If we flip this guy over, yes, we can see the movement. The inside is the movement ETA. It's loosely based on a 2824, but it's been upgraded for power reserve, and it has an anti-magnetic balance and everything. So it's the POWERMATIC 80.111, has 23 joules, beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour. That is one way that they got some more power reserve out of the movement, essentially. I mean, I'm sure there's other things it does as well, but it slows it down a little bit and helps the mainspring be more efficient for longer periods of time. The accuracy on this is crazy good. Every time I throw a POWERMATIC on the time grapher, it's like, they don't claim to be COSC because they don't go after that certification, but they are like right there in that range. It is crazy good how well they're done. The bracelet, if I'm not mistaken, uses it's a split pin, I think. I think it's just a simple split pin, because I see like a regular rounded head there, and then I see like a split on this side. So I did size it, but I just can't remember. I sized so many bracelets. I'm pretty sure it's a split pin. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really high quality split pin though. I have it in the bag. Also, get these jeweler bags. You guys, I've told this many times on video, but get these jeweler bags. They're on Amazon. Maybe I'll throw an Amazon affiliate link in if I feel like it or if I remember. But just get those things, man. It's just it's a must have. It's not even like a good way to organize. Like, you have to have those, otherwise you're going to lose parts. All right, let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist so you can see what that looks like. Yeah, you can see I definitely sized it loose, but right now my wrist is like a little more contracted, so it'll swell up and then it'll be tighter. But check out the light play on those flat brushed surfaces of that bracelet. Love the light play on flat links like that. And then just a beautiful watch case and color on this one. Green is easily my favorite out of this series, and there's going to be more. They're already playing around with some gold bezels and stuff like that, so they're going to play with this PRX line, both in the quartz, the automatic, and yes, chronograph. I have a chronograph on the way, so I will show a video of that soon, and hopefully I'll still have this at the time so I can show them side by side. So I bought this with my own money from Lucido's. I paid full retail, $650 plus 6% sales tax from the state of Michigan. They got to get their cut, right? So anyway, big thanks to Lucido's for pulling this one out of the back and letting me have it. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Shout off in the comments. I will kill the lights so we can check the lume. Looks like BGW 9 to me. So to the naked eye, it is a little... I think my eyes have to adjust a little bit. It's not a diver, guys. Like, there's not huge real estate there for lume, but it seems like it's a nice application and it's plenty bright enough for the style of watch. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.